Good morning. Let's have a look at yesterday. Well, this looks like it's the tennis. Let's get over to Soccer 24. Again with the Africans yesterday. Anything stand out? Well, I did give a couple. I think one of them in Asia. Morocco, the best ranked African side. This would have been a huge shock had they not won. And as you can see, the relationship between the odds and the amount of goals scored is something I hope you had a go at with the over 4.5 goal accumulator, but we've got some frustrations like this one, just a goal shy. To go to Asia, this was more like it. This was 1.06 originally, 5-0, 5-0. Oh, conceded Thailand, but they still got through. I wish I went to that. It was in Bangkok. Would have loved to have gone to that. The Thai fans are amazing. Malaysia as well, 1.13, but we're talking about 1.06. That's over 4.5 goals. Over 4.5 goals there. Tajikistan, just the 3. Any other ultra shorties yesterday? No. But you see the general theme is a win to nil, isn't it? Ideally here, 4 goals or more, but Tajikistan, you look at them in the FIFA World Rankings and they're not quite top 10, are they? Friendlies again. Portugal, very easy win against the Irish. That tells you where Ireland are at the moment. They're not going to be doing much in the Euros. Cristiano Ronaldo, the young whippersnapper. Watch out for him. He might have a future, that boy. 2-0 for Northern Ireland again. Not overwhelming form, but it might have been a case of a change of personnel in each half. That's a normal thing they do in friendlies, as you can see here. Elsewhere, well, Slovakia. I told you it was a friendly in the Telegram, and the only real value was to back them at 5.8 in the match odds. Keep your liability as low as possible. But the ideal here would be to take insurance out on that 0-1. That way you'd break even at the very least. Greece were impressive yesterday, although their opponents are not quite as impressive. And Azerbaijan did deserve that win against Kazakhstan. If you were following the in-play stats, it was an emphatic display. But again, it was a friendly. Can you trust Azerbaijan? That's the question. But the in-play stats were, well, you should see all the red one-way traffic. 8 corners, 8 shots on target, 8 shots off target. Really emphatic stuff from Azerbaijan. Looking at the tennis yesterday, we had a punt at a couple. Couple didn't come in, but when you're getting involved, the best way to get involved is to keep your liability as low as possible. Particularly in the case of Raonic, who we don't know what kind of form he's in on his comeback. So let's have a look through. Watch out again for local players. Dutchman here, Van der Schijnstrup, won the second set. That's what you're after. Milos Raonic, well, he has that killer serve, regardless of how long he's been out, and Thompson just couldn't break. The typical Aussie, Mr. Thompson, just couldn't break at all. The Raonic serve can be devastating. 40 love. That was a bit more competitive. 40 love. That's what he can do. I bet the ace count was very high. 40-15 and 40 love. So when he clicks, Raonic, he clicks. But getting involved at Thompson, laying Raonic at something like 1.3 is not too bad. The best way to get involved is to wait for Thompson to drop a serve. So he's a set and a break up. You've got even lower odds about the lay there. Question marks about Raonic on his comeback. So no surprise really. Once that serve clicks, he's very hard to push. Griekspoor, very tough encounter. But again, it's a Dutchman in the Netherlands. We backed him and he came good, which was excellent. Popyrin and Hijikata, I was waiting for some action from Hijikata because these are two fellow Aussies, but I didn't see anything and I didn't play there. I wasn't tempted in. In Stuttgart, we were waiting for Kaboli to win the first set. It was a tiebreak. It was very tight. Had Kaboli won the first set, I'd have been all over this. Local man in Germany, very good on grass and a top 35 in the world, Struff. Oh, Ruby, he's past his prime, isn't he? Wouldn't be backing him with stolen money. Shapovalov, and again, we were waiting for Martineau to win the first set. That would have been a very nice angle in. Nakashima and Chris Eubank. Well, we were looking for the American factor here and the fact that Chris Eubank in grass court tennis last season was eye-catching, particularly, my memory serves, at Wimbledon. Beating Stefanos Tsitsipas, for example, beating Cameron Norrie, nearly beating Daniil Medvedev. That's what I pinned my hopes on, as well as them being fellow Americans. Fellow Americans should know each other's game from the Davis Cup. But Nakashima, far too efficient, I'm afraid. Vera will be delighted that Jack got through here. Bit of Betty's hot pot between the first and the second set. Kept his energy levels up there. On to today's footy, and we are very close to... Oh, here we go. We're very close to the Euros beginning. Now, I'm not sure there'll be many trading angles in the Euros. I know my competitors are going to be trading every match. I don't know how they're going to be doing that. We've got absolutely no form to work off. These are one-off affairs. So I'm going to be honest and say I don't like trading tournament football. Pretty much you're seeing at every turn derby-style matches all the way through. Any result could occur. These are the best players in their country. All we have really is the FIFA rankings working for us and the pre-match odds. But I will be doing the research for you, giving my own angles and the angles from Soccerway and from Soccer 24. And if you like those angles, by all means, have a go. But as I say, these are one-off affairs. Got no real backbone of form to work off, apart from the Euro qualifiers. So very difficult. Eibar and Real Oviedo today. Second leg. And it's a 0-0 from the first. So everything to play for. In head-to-heads this season, it was the home team that won. So it's advantage Eibar today. Yeah, made sure Oviedo didn't win their home match. Got a full complement of Finnish Veikkausliiga football today. Lots and lots of odds on favourites as well. Standouts for me. Well, HJK Helsinki have had trouble scoring that second goal away from home. They've only done that once. But Guinistan have played 3 of the top 5 at home and they've yet to score. They're playing third today. So HJK might get away with being a little goal shy at the moment. They might just get away with it. SJK look very worthy favourites against Ekanas, newly promoted Ekanas. Let's have a quick look. Yet to win any away match, Ekanas. SJK, 4 out of 4 wins against 8th and lower, and they play 11th today. Oulu and Lahti, only 1 win for both teams all season. So we're talking a couple of dodge pots here. So 1.65, we're side with just a single win and only 1 clean sheet. As Les Dennis would say, I don't think I'll be getting involved there. Unless the in-play stats are emphatic. Lahti have never led at half-time away and not scored first away either. So you're looking at Oulu scoring first and therefore there'll be no real trading angle. Marienhamn against VPS. It's a bit bitty for Marienhamn. Win, draw, loss, win, draw at home. Only 1 clean sheet. So they tend to concede. We conceded in the last 5 at home. 5 out of 7 goals conceded at home have come in the first half. So we might see a goal before half time. Only 1 defeat for VPS. Only 2 defeats came against the same side, top of the league, KUPS. So on that basis, They do look very solid, don't they, this season? VPS could be vying for the title. Both teams that tend to score in all but one match without VPS necessarily losing. So that would be an angle in here today. If you're looking for Marion Ham to score first, they'll be gettable. KUPS, as I alluded to, top of the league, beat VPS twice this season, remain unbeaten. They're playing a hacker side with only 3 defeats, but they've lost each of the last 2 away matches, conceding 8 goals in total. That's not the kind of form you want when meeting an unbeaten top of the league side in KUPS. They've not played 4th to 9th at home, so they've got some question marks there, but they have beaten 2nd and 3rd at home, and they're playing 6th today. Interturku and Ilves, only 3 wins for Interturku. Their only clean sheet came in the last match. They have conceded in the last 5 at home. Ilves, only 3 defeats. So it could be competitive, this. That's why they're favourite. They've scored in all of the last 8 matches, 5 consecutive under 2.5 goals away. So any win, if that pattern continues, is likely to be a 0-1 or a 0-2. Any draw could be a 1-1 or a 0-0 if that under 2.5 goal pattern continues. And this is the Oviedo Eibar match. I'm pinning my hopes on the home side and head-to-heads winning this past Spanish Segunda season. Looking on to the tennis, and the grass court tennis continues. Watch out for locals. Brouwer, local. Griekspoor, very battling performance yesterday. Can he continue that? I do like Karen Kachanov. He's got a feel of a reliable player about him. 2 French players meeting each other. Could see a 3-setter. And in Stuttgart, Zverev is out, probably being rested after his exploits in Paris. Anything else stand out? Well, we've got some Germans in Köpfer and Hanfmann who might give Tiafoe and Musetti something to work with. 30th against 65th. So the rankings are not much of a differential really in those rankings. And here 28th against 91st. There is a bit of a differential. Frank Tiafoe, I believe, has a good grass court pedigree to him. At Wimbledon, well, he beat Stricker and Wu, so he only lasted 3 rounds at Wimbledon last season. But Grigor Dimitrov, emphatic performance against him. He's better ranked than Tiafoe, but we might get a performance from Tiafoe today. Jack Draper, not very reliable would be my conclusion with Draper at these short odds. And in the ladies' game, Naomi Osaka, who really gave Iga Swiatek, world number 1, a scare in France, could be on a comeback. She's got quality written all over her, hasn't she? The only problem is the mental attitude. She's a bit of a wokey, old Osaka. Wants her safe spaces. Andreescu came through well yesterday against Guan. Father, have a cup of tea, Father. Father Ted's favourite player. Guan. Samsonova, I don't know many of these players, so probably going to be a quiet day. But look at this, 266 against 15. That suggests some injuries for Van Uytvanck. I would suspect if you scroll down, you'll see a recent injury. 2nd of October 2023, lower back injuries. That's probably a reason for the disappearance in her rankings. So I wouldn't take that differential as being too important. She's not world 266. She's only there because of injury. So an interesting day. Got Nottingham as well. Watch out for the Brits in Nottingham. Katie Balter and Heather Watson's got a tough match against Karolina Pliskova, who's a top 30, I believe. No, top 50 player. Heather Watson's just picking up paychecks. She's not going to be winning anything. Guernsey's finest. So I wouldn't expect this would be one to stand out. We might get a second win from Heather in front of home support to take a set off Pliskova. If she takes the first set, I'm all over this. Similar story with Balter. She might be vulnerable second set if she wins the first. Manarino, I don't know if that's accurate, 157th in the world. But these Brits are a bit flaky. They don't tend to last long. So that's it in the tennis. it's getting better. We've got more familiar names. I'll certainly be keeping an eye on the tennis today. Which matches would immediately stand out for me to focus on? A Griekspoor, local player. I like Karen Khachanov. Tiafoe has potential. Jack Draper may be vulnerable if he wins the first set. And Magda Linette, potential for a three-setter, as I said yesterday, 1.9 won the favourite. Naomi Osaka has an air of reliability about her. So that would be, the starred ones would be the ones which just stand out to me as being potentially top of the priority list. So today I'll see you about 4 o'clock for the what looks a quite readable Finnish Viscount's League. I just hope they give us some angles today. KUPS have been far too reliable. They don't tend to cock things up. We might see some struggles from HJK Helsinki, but we should see a comfortable win for SJK. So some very readable stuff today. As ever, for members of footballtradingprofits.com, I'll see you on Telegram. And if you want a free e-letter, then go here to footballtradingprofits.com/free letter, not free e-letter, free letter, double E letter. Okay, you'll get a free letter every Friday. This Friday, for example, we'll be looking naturally at the Euros, we'll be providing some in-depth research on the weekend matches if the reviews are available for those, providing my own angles as well, and my pre-tournament angles. You've already got them in the last week's e-letter. The likes of Belgium stand out for me. Croatia at big odds. Italy could click if their defence is solid. Belgium unbeaten in 13 now, or 14 under the new manager. New manager could instill vital change for them. Player of the tournament, I've gone for Toni Kroos. It's his retirement year. And if the Germans get deep, then the sentimentality, I think, will be for Toni Kroos at 17.5 odds. That's pretty decent. And for the Golden Boot, I've gone with 3 Englishmen. Phil Foden, Jude Bellingham, and one other I can't remember off the top of my head. I didn't go with Harry Kane, though. That looks too obvious. And Kylian Mbappe. So there's plenty of value to be had. The vast majority of the plays are going to be tradable plays, tournament trading. So we get involved pre-match, or even if your team loses their first match, the odds are going to be even higher, particularly in the group stage. That could be a value angle in. So see you Telegrammers for footballtradingprofits.com Telegram service. See you throughout the day. Hopefully we'll pick out 1 or 2 tennis winners, and we'll be keenly looking out for the Finnish Viscount's League at 4 p.m. Have a great day.